I don't know how good you are at writing thank you letters. When I was a kid, I had it drummed into me to always write and say thank you, particularly after birthdays and Christmas when I got different gifts from different people. In Luke 17, Jesus speaks about duty and he speaks about the kingdom of God. But sandwiched between these two pieces of teaching is this amazing story of healing. There are these 10 lepers on the border between Galilee and Samaria, and they see Jesus from a distance, and they shout out, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us." Jesus tells them to go to the priest, and as they leave, they are healed. What's amazing is that only one of these lepers comes back to Jesus to say thank you. The one leper isn't even Jewish fully. He's Samaritan. He's a foreigner. And yet he comes and says thank you to Jesus. Jesus says, well, hang on a sec. When there are 10 of you, where's the other 9? Of the 10 who were healed, only one of them said thank you. Earlier on in this passage, Jesus is speaking to his disciples about their duties. They are to make sure they don't make other people stumble on their faith journey. They are to forgive others. They are to be obedient. They are to remember that they are servants, that God will never be in their debt. And later on in this passage, we are reminded again that whoever wants to keep his life will lose it. Being a disciple is about living a life of sacrifice. It's very easy as Christians to live a life of obligation, of musts, of rules and regulations to try and earn God's grace and earn God's love. But in fact, these duties flow from a life of thankfulness. We are asked not to write letters of thanks to God, but to say thank you with our very lives. There are so many things to be thankful for. But ultimately in verse 25, Jesus talks about the suffering and the pain he must endure. And ultimately we are saying thank you for what Jesus has done, that he has opened the way to our Father in heaven. We live lives of thankfulness, not to try and earn God's grace, but in response to God's grace. Have we truly accepted what Christ has done for us? Because that naturally encourages a life of thankfulness. And how are you living a thankful life today? It's so easy to moan and complain, but instead, let's write thank you cards, not with pens and paper, but making a statement with our lives.